Okay. So I think the first question we're going to ask is, first thought comes to mind when you think of T-Fit, your experience, what you've learned, how you've been doing.
Mental toughness. Mental toughness. Discipline.
What's the worst day you had?
Probably when I didn't have the right mindset. When I came in, we started off by running hundreds, and I ran home.
Oh.
That was horrible.
So to that point, there's a lot of times I tell people this stuff. So you're bringing up a good point, because the worst day of your life is always the day that you have to live with, regret or not competing. And you're a competitor, so it's funny that you brought that up. Oh man! So what would be some advice you'd give someone about committing to, just kind of going through it?
Don't have other variables in your life, like partying or staying up late. If you want it, you gotta go get it.
Absolutely. So mental toughness, man, if you can, talk a little bit more about mental toughness, because that seems to be this general consensus, but, there's so much more involved with it. Because I'm two different people. If the coach asked me to come in and work with the school, I have to do what I did to y'all.
Yeah.
If he asked me to come in, train, and educate, then I have to be, a different person.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to get a result for the team. I have to make sure everybody does things correct, which is semi the same, but it's not as aggressive.
Yeah, not aggressive. If you're working with one or two athletes that want it, their mental toughness is going to be, I guess, limitless. So you can push them, but if you're working with a whole team, some freshmen in there, younger guys that don't know what they're doing, and you finally teach them how to do it, and they try doing it, and it's too hard, and they're going to stop. And not think about it.
So then, let me ask you something. How important do you think the information you've acquired over the past 2.5 years, how important do you think that is? You learned a lot about lifting, proper technique, form. How important is that for other kids and even yourself?
One of my top priorities now. I used to go in the weight room, I didn't warm up, I didn't run, didn't do anything. Now I'd go home and get no gains, not get my full potential. Now that you've shown me how to lift correctly, I've had zero pains. The pains I do have is due to personal mistakes, not warming up, not doing the correct thing.
That's another good point. So it's a good thing you just said that, because let me ask you this. Is 100 too much?
If that's what you're into, I guess. I don't know, it's hard to tell. Oh, first time I heard 100, crazy. I was like, there's no way. It's not right. It's not me. And now it's like, okay, thank God it's 100 today, because I was feeling weak,
Yeah. That's funny, man. Just not too much. You've gotten some pain. You clearly are protected. What's something that you could, like a message you could tell other athletes? Because I know I'm not getting to some of the key points I need to get to with you, because you were the pinnacle. You're the ideal athlete. Between kids like you and Gabe, you come in, you bust your ass, you do what you need to do what you're supposed to do, and then do more than everybody else. And my biggest thing for kids like you and him is to make sure that you love it like I love it. I don't want to be nowhere else but next to some weights. As long as possible, all day long is the word I want to live in.
doesn't feel right until I get in here.
Exactly. So if there's something you could tell kids that have basically your type of character, how important is it to be protected? How important is it to listen so that you can learn? And think of anything else. I know you got something to be doing.
Like, what do you mean? Restate it again.
I'd imagine that at first glance, somebody would assume you're hard to deal with because you don't come off as a listen type person, and I didn't either. I don't listen well to bozos, But when people are credible, and most of them,
So I'm saying, like, when I figured out you were legit, I was like, okay, I'll listen, and then it's worked. So I've listened ever since.
For now, thank you, big guy.
Yeah, no problem.